Hey there, Nirmal. Let's have a look then through these new essays of yours. So we have a technology one, and we have the number of tourists travelling to different cities. I would say according to human need. And cropped up is a prepositional verb. We try to stay away from prepositional and phrasal verbs in these essays because we're trying to be formal. So it's much more appropriate to use single words. So emerged, cropped up, emerged, same thing. In my opinion, technology is making humans more intellectual and eliminating the factor of human errors. Or let's just say eliminating considerable human error. Maybe for the sake of their own progress. Really, we need an outline statement here as well. We need to know what the essay is going to do. And sort of what ideas you're going to use in the body of the essay. So this introduction could be improved further with the addition of an outline statement. This is a little bit informal. So let's say technology has made human life simpler. We don't need this comma. This is because computers allow humans to perform complex mathematical calculations in a span of mere seconds. I want that to say for some reason. For instance, a calculator will allow a common man to perform routine calculations faster. Maybe we could say, while reducing errors. We can say a common man. Oh, message is coming through. Or we could say common people. If we say people, then it gets rid of this need here to do him, her. And we can use the plural they instead. Whenever we say a person, we must say his or her. But if we use the plural, people, then we can just say them and their. Dear me. It's another student whose essays I'm supposed to be correcting, and he failed to attach them to his email. In the field of rocket science, in which complex algorithms, permutations and combinations, we could change this to must be solved very quickly. Those technology makes humans smarter and more efficient. Okay, that's actually a really good paragraph. But the second one now should be about whether we should adapt. Here you have a paragraph about how technology makes us better, which is the second part of the question. But the first part of the question is, should humans adapt to technology or should it be the other way around? So we're constantly, in both of these paragraphs, we've stated that technology makes people more intelligent. But we haven't used a paragraph to discuss whether humans should adapt their behaviour or whether technology should be adapted to human need. You have mentioned it in the introduction, which is good, but it does need to be fully discussed in one paragraph. When we have a two-part question, we should use one paragraph to discuss the first part and the second paragraph to discuss the second part. Another thing. This is good. Talking about informed decisions is good. But again, this is neither of these paragraphs are framed in the way of saying, therefore people should adapt to technology, or people should not adapt to technology. We need to make it very, very clear that we're responding accurately to the question that we were asked. That's a good conclusion. So overall, I really like this essay. I think you're likely to be getting a 6.5 or a 7 here. If you can make these improvements, you will almost certainly score a 7 or above. Let's have a look at your task 1. Okay, so that's not a bracket. That's a bracket. Curly brackets are not brackets. The bar graph illustrates the number of tourists expected to visit 4 different cities: London, Paris, Madrid, and Istanbul, from 3 countries. It doesn't say about their nationalities, it says where they're flying from. Let's say the largest proportion of tourists are of American origin. We can't really use America to refer to the USA, because America can refer to either both continents, one of the continents, the USA. There's Central America. It's too informal and varied. So we need to say flying from the USA, originating from the USA. And also you're using the present simple tense when we should be talking about things that are expected in the future. Madrid is expected to be the most commonly visited city by travelers from Mexico. Madrid has 3 times the number of visitors compared to other cities. Or Madrid is expected to have 3 times the number of visitors in 2018 compared to other cities, amounting to 65,000 in that year. Istanbul, Paris, and London are expected to receive 20,000, 25,000, and 20,000 visitors respectively. People from Canada travel most frequently to Istanbul, around 70,000 tourists per year. People from Canada are projected to travel most frequently to Istanbul, whereas Madrid is expected to be the least frequently visited. The number of tourists from Canada visiting London is twice that of those visiting Mexico, at around 45,000 per year. Don't use contractions in academic writing. Paris is visited by just under 45,000 tourists from Canada. Paris is expected to be visited by just under 45,000 tourists from Canada. We don't need to do that. You can just say the USA. Why? Oh no, that's fine. The USA is expected to have 3 times and 1.5 times more travellers than Mexico and Canada, respectively. Or the USA is expected to send. We can't talk about what people's favourites are. We could say that it's the preferred, because there's evidence for that. But we don't know why people are there, so we can't really say they're there because it's their favourite. They could be there because they're there with family, or they could be there just because they're on a business trip. We don't know why they're there. We must not add any extra information to the graph that is not already in it. Also, we should be consistent. When we're writing out numbers, the format of the numbers should be consistent. So this 100,000 here should be written in numbers like this, and tourists from America. But yeah, my main points with this are: you don't know the nationalities of the people. You should remain consistent with your numbers. You don't know what people's favourites are. So when you're writing things down in the task ones, just really ask yourself, do I know this? Is this evident in the graph? Can I really say it? But I'll send this over to you now, and if you can send me another essay today, I'll correct it as quickly as I possibly can, because I know your exam is probably coming up very soon. But good job on these, Nirmal. I'm quite impressed. I look forward to your next pieces, and have a great day.